Twitter users across India and across the globe woke up to a rude shock today. They found, thanks to this man, because a lot of people lost their blue check mark today. How? Because Elon Musk has decided that if you are not going to pay him, you will no longer have the Twitter Blue tag, and Twitter Blue is for the Twitter Blue tag, we'll have to spend at least 660 rupees per month. Now I'll give you an example. What happens if you lose the Twitter Blue tick? Now, as you can see, this is Virat Kohli's account with 55.1 million followers. Of course, Virat Kohli can pay 660 rupees per month, but he's not paying for obvious reason. Why should you pay money for your freedom of speech and basically to protect your own account? Now, we have Virat Kohli. Now, you can change this part of the name. You can anybody with a verified or a non-verified profile can change this part of the name, but what they can't change is the handle. The moment you change the handle name, the verification tick mark goes away. Now, Virat Kohli is, of course, he was verified. He's a legacy verified person on Twitter, and he's a notable figure as well. But Elon Musk wants to take money from him as well, and that's why he is not verified. Fair enough for him. Now, he has 55.1 million followers. Now, check this out. We also have a Virat Kohli account. This looks pretty similar, but of course, it's a fake one with just 93 followers. And just check out the handle. It's I am V Kohil instead of Virat Kohli. So instead of I am V Kohli, it's Kohil. So this is the biggest problem that Twitter is going to face, that a lot of people are going to impersonate. And with just 660 rupees per month or maybe 6,400 rupees per year, anybody can get a blue check mark and impersonate. Of course, there are checks. If Virat Kohli raises a report, tells Twitter that, hey, this is a fake guy, impersonating me, then that account will obviously get banned, but that guy will have his 20 minutes of fame. Now, the big question mark is, how do you identify whether an account is fake, real, whether it was legacy verified or not? Thanks to one graduate student from UW-Madison who had foreseen this in the past itself, in a way that in November 2022, he came up with a tool or a website to help you understand whether a particular Twitter handle is already verified or not, if it's a real one or not. The website name is called checkblue.org. Now, with this website, all you have to do is just enter the user account name over here and search for it. And with this, you will get to know whether that account is original or not. Now, let me tell you, this entire Twitter verification is a mess. The system is a mess, and for the Aam Janta, it can get a bit messy to understand as well. Now, let me help you through as to what this badges and this entire tick marks mean. Previously, it was very simple. Pre-Elon Musk, it was very simple. If somebody had a blue tick, that means that person is notable and his account is verified. For example, if somebody like Amitabh Bachchan tweets from his verified profile, he is taking full responsibility for that particular tweet. But right now, anybody else can just slightly change the handle name and come up with Amitabh Bachchan profile and just say, hey, I'm Amitabh Bachchan, I can tweet anything, but creating more confusion in the minds of the user. Now, after April 20th, if you see this tick mark, this blue check mark, first thing you should know that this tick mark, this blue tick, is entirely paid. Be it somebody with millions of followers or somebody with 10 and 20 followers as well. If you see this tick, that means that person is subscribed to Twitter Blue, and only then can you get the blue tick mark. There is no other way. There is no other alternative way that you can get this blue tick mark at all. So, whether you're a notable account, you're not notable account, of course, anybody can subscribe to Twitter Blue. Twitter Blue subscription is not just about the blue tick. You get to post longer tweets, like really long tweets instead of threads. You can post longer videos as well, videos at 1080p. You can edit your tweets as well. So a lot of users are opting to for Twitter Blue subscription just to get these features and not just the blue tick mark. And then, of course, you can decide whether you want to show the blue tick mark or not. This blue tick mark, after paying for Twitter Blue subscription, will only come after you get your mobile number verified. Now, Elon Musk is saying that after the mobile number verification has been rolled out, people will not be able to impersonate accounts so easily. But let's see how. Only time will tell if this really is the truth or not. So, if you see this blue tick, it's paid. Doesn't matter if it's Salman Khan or anybody else. Now, the next kind of tick mark that is there is the golden tick. Now, the golden tick is entirely dedicated to business accounts. That means businesses can only get this tick mark. They have to pay a lot of more money. You just can't have the same subscription model for it. So if you see the golden tick mark, that means it is a business account and they have to pay, they're paying for it. Now another interesting aspect of a business account is that along with the golden tick mark, you see a squared profile picture. In the regular blue tick one, you see it's a round profile picture, but for a business account, it's square. For a business account, it's very simple. If you're an organization who wants to promote your tweets on Twitter and get your content going on Twitter, then you can obviously just pay Twitter and get this golden tick mark. It's pretty simple. There is another third type of check mark, that is the gray tick mark. The gray tick mark is basically important. The gray tick mark is in a way saying that this account or this person's account is related to the government. I mean, like somebody like the Prime Minister, somebody from the ministry, or suppose Minister of Railways or the Defense Ministry, they will get this tick mark, this gray tick mark. But somebody who is working in the ministry, like any other minister, they will also get this blue check mark. This this gray check mark is only for people associated with government agencies. Now, there is another type of check mark, the fourth type. Let me show you Elon Musk's profile. This is the blue tick, and this is another Twitter logo that is coming up. Now, of course, we know that Elon Musk owns Twitter and he's working for Twitter. Now, this kind of check mark basically means affiliation. This means that this account is verified because it is affiliated to Twitter. Basically, in other words, if you work for Twitter or if you work for any other company, if your company is verified, that company can also give this check mark to certain employees. Like I think there's a cap of 5 or 6 verified accounts for affiliation, depending on the size of the organization and the kind of subscription you take. So this entire revenue model, Elon Musk's revenue model for Twitter is based on this blue tick mark. So if you see this two symbol after the blue tick and a company name means it is an affiliate account. So the moment the person quits the organization, this blue tick mark will vanish as well. So it's like your official mail ID. You know, once you quit a company, you can't continue with an official mail ID, right? Similarly, that means this account, the controls of this account is partially with your organization as well. And it's not your personal account per se. That is why you get something like this. And if you tap on it, you will also get to find that it's a verified account because it's an affiliate of Twitter. Of course, because Elon Musk works for Twitter. Now this story doesn't end over here. So we already spoke about 4 types. The blue tick, any blue tick mark that you see on Twitter, that means that person is paying. If it's a golden tick mark, that means the organization is paying. If it's a gray tick mark, the government agency, it's a government agency Twitter handle. Now, I showed you the affiliation one. Your company is paying for you. There is another kind of label that is bots. If it's automated, if a lot of customer care services use Twitter, a lot of companies use Twitter for their customer care services, they have automated replies. So you get automated bot replies from here. So this is another label that is exclusively used by businesses to automate replies. Of course, we are also seeing some kind of bots. You know, we do tags bots for screen grabs and other kind of compilation of stories as well. Now, another thing is state-sponsored or state-affiliated media or any organization that is related to the government. Twitter will also start showing that. So, for example, if there is an organization name that is related to some kind of a government agency, that is also shown right now on Twitter. So Elon Musk, what he has done is he has just broken. There used to be a time when the blue tick was a simple thing. You have a blue tick, that means to somebody notable, your account is verified, you're taking full responsibility for the content that is coming from your Twitter account. But with this latest changes, there are 4 different kind of things. And the best way to identify what an account is all about is just tapping over here. You tap over here and you'll get to know what kind of account it is. But note that apart from the government agency, the gray tick mark, everybody needs to pay for the Twitter Blue service. So what happens? Now another interesting fact is what happens if you don't opt for the Twitter Blue service at all. Firstly, your reach will decrease. Suddenly, Elon Musk has said that the For You tab on Twitter is dedicated for people who have the blue tick mark or who is verified. So in a way, if you don't have the blue tick mark, your reach will decrease drastically. Your follow counts will not matter because your followers will not leave you suddenly because you've lost the blue tick mark. Because let's face it, your follow count is there because of your content and not the blue tick mark per se. But if your blue tick mark is gone, that means your reach will go as well. Now, like I was talking about, another major challenge is impersonation. If you are somebody who has like millions of followers or maybe thousands of followers as well, it's better you get a screen grab of your Twitter verified Twitter verification mail that you got from Twitter previously and pin it, because that way at least your audience will get to know that this is the verified account. Now, like this is the classic example: Virat Kohli, Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohil. So these are slight changes, it's like those spam kind of a mails that you get. This is exactly what people are trying to do on Twitter as well. But right now, the current status is, what is so sad is, if anybody is not paying for Twitter Blue, their content will not be visible and they will lose out on engagement as well. So this is mostly all about the Twitter blue tick right now, and Elon Musk has made something clear with so many elections coming up later in the later part of our country as well and around the world as well. This is going to be chaotic. Like, we won't be surprised if people stop using Twitter altogether. At least notable people who used to drive conversations, we won't be surprised if they stop using Twitter. Another fact is that Twitter is a platform that is mainly used for consumption of news. Now, these news, Twitter as a platform may be great for reading news, but from where does this news come? The news come from journalists. Now, the reason a lot of journalists were verified, and Twitter was very liberal when it came to verifying journalists, because they had to make sure that at least the correct information is going on the platform. At least somebody is taking responsibility for the content that is going on the platform. If not the person, at least the organization is responsible. But right now, everybody with a mobile phone is a journalist, and if everybody with a mobile phone is a journalist and they have the blue tick mark, then a lot of this will just add the piling list of fake news that is already up there. Now, this trolling, fake news, abuses can cause a lot of people to simply be inactive on Twitter. And let's face it, Facebook also tried with Instagram, pay $20 per month for the blue tick subscription, and it didn't really work. So, and another aspect is, if Elon Musk really wants to make money from Twitter, he thinks that selling of the blue tick is one of the ways to earn money. Second is advertisers. Now, advertisers, if they see that people are not engaging with their fans, why should they advertise on Twitter as well? So right now, with limited staff, frankly speaking, with the latest round of layoffs, if any media organization, if any organization wants to reach out to Twitter, they don't even know with whom they should talk to, because the offices are empty. There are no more offices at all for Twitter. So with this current blue tick mess, I would rather say, this is going to create more chaos on the platform. Elon Musk really needs to come up with some solutions, because things are different in the US, because over there they have stringent social media laws. But in a country like India and other countries as well, a lot of things gets passed away on Twitter easily, especially with somebody like Virat Kohil, rather, that fake account Kohil. He can tweet anything, and if he gets a blue tick mark, then we can all guess what the dangers are. So this is mostly about the Twitter blue tick explainer, because right now we have 4 categories: blue, golden, grey, and the state sponsored ones. This is Devashi Sarkar signing off for News 18.